During World War II, the Allies made concerted efforts to avoid damaging historically significant sites, including the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The tower, part of the Piazza dei Miracoli, Square of Miracles, was spared from bombing raids because it served as a vantage point for spotting enemy movements. However, there are accounts that German forces occasionally used the tower for observation or sniper positions. One notable story involves a U.S. Army sergeant, Leon Weckstein, who was ordered to call in artillery fire on German positions in Pisa. Despite spotting a German sniper in the tower, Weckstein hesitated, recognizing the tower's historical importance. His decision to withhold the coordinates likely contributed to its preservation. The tower's survival is often attributed to a combination of strategic considerations and respect for cultural heritage. While some nearby buildings suffered damage during the war, the Leaning Tower of Pisa remained intact, allowing it to become the iconic landmark it is today. Here's a deeper dive into the Leaning Tower of Pisa's survival during World War II, along with broader context about Allied efforts to protect cultural heritage. Why the Allies avoided bombing the Leaning Tower. Strategic value as a landmark. The tower's height, 55 meters, made it a useful reference point for Allied pilots navigating bombing runs in northern Italy. Destroying it could have disoriented their own forces. Unlike factories or rail hubs, the tower had no military function, so targeting it was deemed unnecessary. German use of the tower. German troops, including snipers, occasionally used the tower's upper levels for observation. One account describes a U.S. Army spotter, Leon Weckstein, noticing a German sniper in the tower but refusing to call in an artillery strike due to its cultural significance. However, the tower was not a major defensive stronghold. Most German forces in Pisa were positioned elsewhere in the city. Allied policy on cultural preservation. The US and British militaries had orders to minimize damage to historic sites whenever possible. The Monuments Men, a group of art experts and officers in the Allied forces, worked to protect landmarks like the tower. Pisa's Piazza dei Miracoli, Square of Miracles, home to the tower, cathedral, and baptistry, was listed as a protected zone. While nearby areas were bombed, e.g., rail lines in June 1944, the square was largely untouched. Broader context: cultural preservation in World War II. Italy's dilemma. Many historic Italian cities, e.g., Florence, Rome, Venice, were caught in the crossfire. The Allies tried to limit collateral damage, but some destruction occurred, e.g., the Monte Cassino Abbey bombing in 1944, which was controversially targeted due to German occupation. The Monuments Men, this unit, formerly called the Monuments, Fine Arts, and Archives, MFAA, program, saved countless artworks and buildings across Europe. Their work in Italy included securing Florence's bridges, though the Ponte Vecchio was the only one spared by retreating Germans, and recovering looted art. Pisa's post-war restoration. The tower's lean worsened during the 20th century due to groundwater fluctuations, but its wartime survival allowed later engineers to stabilize it, 1990 to 2001. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Controversies and myths. The sniper story, while dramatic, some historians argue the sniper anecdote is exaggerated. The tower's survival was more likely due to its low military value and Allied preservation policies. Near misses. Some bombs did land near the Piazza dei Miracoli, but none struck the tower directly. Luck played a role.